What's up, YouTube? This is my new camper, my first camper, but it's brand new. It's a Jayco J-Flight SLX 170 FQ. That's front queen, so there are no bunk beds in this unit. I didn't want them. I got this because I want to try RVing, see how much I like it, and I want something to stay in while I build a house after I buy some land. But here it is. I went with a new one because I was looking at used at first to try to use cash, just a few thousand to get something decent, but I found a lot of stuff with water leaks. I tried some dealers that had $5,000–6,000 models, and they were selling like hotcakes. I couldn't get my hands on one. So I took out a loan and got this. But this, get this, $12,000. It's 2026. But I think that's pretty amazing. It's about 17.5 feet on the body. So for that price, you get a place you can basically live in. It's like a cabin on wheels. Now, it doesn't have a ton of room. It doesn't have laundry, but it has the bare essentials to at least temporarily live in it. Maybe even full time if you're resourceful enough. But let me show you inside. Here's the door it comes with. Pretty standard RV door. I like this screen door option. Do this and it comes apart. It has a deadbolt. I think that's really cool. That can all be done from outside. When you shut this door, you gotta kind of push it, like get some force on it so it'll actually shut, or else it does this. That's kind of annoying. So that's how you gotta do it. But it otherwise works fine. That's just the way this jamb is. It's kind of, maybe it sticks out too far. I don't know, but it otherwise works pretty well. It's sturdy. It has this nice little thing for sweeping. I just swept it out, and that was really nice to just get this shit out of here. They gave me this piece of scrap carpet for my floor mat. So this is all you have for sitting. There is no couch because it's a small camper. So you have a bed and a dinette. That's about it. But this dinette is pretty roomy. It kind of sucks. The seats are like straight up, but they're really cushy. You can take the cushions off and get under there for some storage on both sides. There's a little pocket taken away there, made for the wheel well or something, but minor. This is where you put this when you fold it all down. Take this out, and then it converts into a bed. But mind you, it's 6 feet long, so a woman, a short man can do it, but not me. I'm 6'1". And that reminds me, the bed it came with was a short queen, 74 inches long, that's like a full, but the queen width, and that's not enough for me. So the second day, I swapped in my mattress that I was using in my apartments when I was living in there. So it's just a normal residential bed. It's from Walmart. It's foam. It was pretty affordable compared to a mattress store, and it's really soft. But that's something I recommend if you're tall, or if you just want a better mattress. Just put a regular queen bed in. There is this overhang, but since my head goes up there, my feet don't weigh this down enough to make it do this. But if you're gonna sit on it, you'd probably want to find a way to extend that plywood. But let me show you. It has storage down here. It's really good quality materials. Real plywood, no MDF, no OSB. I'm really proud of that for Jayco. Same with the cabinets. They're made of good stuff. I guess the middle is kind of thin, but this is real wood, all of it. Here's the AC. It's 8,000 BTU. It's good enough, I think, for if it's like 90, but I don't know if you were in Phoenix, that might not be enough, because there is an optional one that's a lot bigger, but that unit is also shared with much larger trailers too, so this might be adequate. We'll see, because I just got it and it's fall now, so I haven't used it. Here's the bathroom you get, which I'll say is pretty good for a camper. There is no separate sink, but you do get a lot of storage. And this is one reason I didn't want bunk beds, because I want places to put stuff. I have all my clothes in here, my toiletries, a garbage can that fell over, but it's down there, toilet paper. It comes with that roller too, so that's nice. The toilet is, you just push it down, it pumps some water in, and phew, never clogs. It's no issues. I just don't like that it's plastic, but this is a kind of a low-priced RV. It's not going to be porcelain. Here's the shower. It's pretty small. When I stand in there, my head is about here with my shoes off, so I gotta. It's like the chokey on Matilda. It's kind of little, but it works. Like, I do recommend maybe doing some extra caulking down here, possibly, or at least just putting a towel down when you shower so it doesn't get everywhere. Because I would not want this wood and stuff getting all moldy. That'd suck. There is no fan, but this opens up, which I find is good enough. Especially when it's cold. It just gets the fuck out of gets the hot air right out of there. Here's the kitchen you get. Little cooktop. No oven, but nobody uses those anymore. Air fryers are king. I have one down here for when I want to use it. Here's the sink. Right now I have it full of water, so here's what it sounds like. But works fine, just as you would expect. Really nice looking. I like the black. This is coloring is the classic farmhouse styling. I don't care for the white. That's kind of bland to me. I'd rather have some wood grain looks, but it's new. This is the only design they offer, but I like the black stuff, the black outlets, the sink, everything. It's fun. This window opens up kind of like in a school bus, emergency exit. Then you push it all the way out if you want to get out of here. But that's a lot of air through. The windows are tinted, just like the back seats of a lot of vehicles, 20%. Here's the other window. It slides and has a screen on it. Those are the only windows that open, and then the vents too. This is just like the bathroom one. But those are nice. They'll let some heat escape. Here's the fridge. Pretty small. It's like a typical mini fridge. I really dig this feature here. I drink a lot of soda, and this keeps it safe on the trip. And it keeps more space available in the middle. Has a small freezer, so it's something, but I'm not going to be able to keep many meals in here. So that's a bit of a drawback. It'd be nice if it had a slightly bigger fridge, but then where do you put the pantry? So here's the microwave. I think it's 900 watts, so almost as much as most normal ones are, so you don't have to cook things for too much longer than you would normally, because most directions say for 1100 watts. Here are the drawers, nice plywood. There are only two, so I have a lot of random stuff in there. But let me take you. Oh, here's some more storage. Very useful. Fire extinguisher. This isn't really tall enough to hang stuff, so I just throw it in. Here's the controls for the lights and the tanks. Shows you how much is in there. That's fresh water. Here's the empty of the shit water and stuff. The gray and black tanks are only 20 gallons, so if I take one shower, the gray tank's full. That bothers me, because I'm one person and I try to shower every day or two, and that's gonna be, unless I'm hooked up to sewer, a bit of a headache. The fresh tank is 30 gallons, so that's not bad. But I think it needs a bigger gray tank. Heading outside, it has this nice awning that's electric. It runs off the battery or power, whatever. Has an on-demand water heater, tankless. Runs off propane. I really like that feature. It gets pretty hot. It kind of stops around 120 though. Here are the jacks, but they're, look at that. There's a lot of Chinese junk on this camper. I'm not impressed with that, but they work, I guess. But same with the tires. They're from China. The chains for the tongue are from China. But I already had a tire blow up on me. I was on a county road and I must have hit a nail or something sharp, and the whole thing just exploded. Found myself dragging a smoking, fucked up tire, and I had to drive almost a mile to get to a place to stop because there was absolutely no shoulder. It's kind of like this road. It's just white line and ditch. So I had to go to a gravel road to stop at, and it was enough to bend the rim a tiny bit. But it's a brand new tire and it's fucked. I had to go 30 miles back to town to buy a new wheel. And it's really nice. You can just buy a whole wheel assembly for a trailer. But I couldn't find a black one, which kind of sucks. But this tire is rated for a higher speed, 87 instead of 81 miles an hour. And the speed limit's 80, so if I'm passing someone, it's nice to have a little bit of room to speed if you have to. Here's where you fill up the fresh water. It has a grill size propane. Now, it came with a brand new tank, but it was empty, so I just put this on to use it up. It's from an old grill. The dealer I went to, they were cheaping out on their units. They didn't give me a battery. I had to buy one. They wanted $300 to put in an interstate battery. I don't know what size, but something. And I thought that's a little high. I'm gonna look for just a cheaper one because I'm not picky about the brand if it's brand new. I just went to Walmart, got an auto ever start, and I spent like 110 including the core fee on it. And this is a group size 27, so it's extra large, heavier capacity. It's a deep cycle marine RV battery, and the box that was $15, so 130 versus 300 the dealer wanted. So that kind of made me mad, but I just did this to save money. The dealer I got it from, they sold it for $12,000 plus 400 in fees. They charge you for the customer show. I think that's bullshit, but it was still the best deal because I couldn't find a camper for less money out the door. So I went with this. I went with it. It was only 2.5 hours away from where I live, so it was the easiest way to go. But I wasn't fully happy with that dealership. They were a little bit dirty, I think. But they were the cheapest in the end, so whatever. Took the stickers off. Hey! No digging. Pup. It's my Malinois pup. Here's the power cord. It's 30 amps. You screw this collar around it and keeps it secure. Here's the exhaust for the propane. The sewer lines, gray, black. Just dump it right out. I need a hose. They didn't give me a hose. The dealer did not include a battery, a hose, no spare tire. They're just cheaping out to the max. But otherwise, it's a nice camper. It's 2026, and I got it for a really good deal despite the negatives. But I'm gonna buy another wheel, probably buy another black wheel, and then use that one as a spare. Try to find a mount for it. But I gotta buy my own sewer hose and some other things, wheel chocks. One thing they did give me at the dealer was a wood block. What did it do, right? This is the 2 5/16 ball, or tongue, whatever. Here's the ball. I have that on my truck. I was surprised. That's a pretty big hitch for a 3,000-pound camper, but I guess it's heavy duty then. When you lower the jack, with my half-ton truck, sometimes you have to find a way to raise it back up to get this bottom piece off, because it slides down before it comes out. I thought that was kind of dumb, so they should they need a way to make it collapse more up so you can actually get it unhooked from some of these vehicles. Like, this isn't some little car, it's a regular half-ton truck, and it's still, sometimes it's not high enough, and I don't even have a drop hitch, so that's kind of weird. It comes solar prepped. You just have a wire to plug into right there for the batteries, so that's nice. Might do that at some point. Here's something that's American. That's good to see. Like, most of the stuff on this was made in Indiana, so I'm glad about that. My truck I'm using, it's a 5.3 liter 2002 model. It's got 285 horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque, a 4-speed 4L60E automatic. It's good enough to tow this, but if it's really windy, it struggles a lot. And it's only getting like 9 miles per gallon towing. It's I'm a little surprised, because you would think a half-ton would be totally fine, but like, I can go 80 with it if it's not windy and I'm in third, but I can't hold, it won't hold that speed if you put it back into overdrive. You can't use it. It's just not powerful enough to do it. So I kind of want to go back to a diesel when I can afford to. I otherwise like this truck. It's not rusty. This is the only part that's rusty at all. Used to be a Montana truck, but it uses so much gas towing this camper. Like, the benefit is it was cheap to get this truck, so the camper is really my only financed vehicle I have now. But in the future, I'm gonna want a diesel again. I used to have a Power Stroke and a Cummins, but those would whip this around like a tail. I just love that capability to be able to get around the interstates better and have a trailer brake controller and stuff like that. But that's what I would recommend, a bigger truck to tow something like this. Like, you can definitely do it with this, but it's not always fun. So I'll put it that way. But let me know what you think about this camper. I think it's a really good option for a budget new camper, and in this class, I think it's one of the best, because I couldn't really find one that had the good heater and the no bunk beds and stuff. So, and for only $12,000, I'm just, wow. And my loan is 5.6, lower than most mortgages now. So there's that. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you want to go look for one, just go to RV Trader, find the cheapest one. You could find one for $13,000 right now. So fall is a great time to buy one. Those dealers are struggling to sell them. So get on that. And thanks for watching.